Nanatsu no Taizai. This chapter comes up with just major revelations, with Elaine, Elizabeth, kind of finding out a little bit more of her past. But what got me so hyped was definitely the ending of this chapter. Zeldris. You know what? At first when I read the chapter, I was so baffed at what happened. I was just like, hang on. How the heck is Merlin damaged right now? What's going on? We're going straight into it, and it's so awesome with what this arc is, heading up in right now. It seems like it's going to be like a saving Arthur Pendragon kind of arc, like going to Camelot. So we're going to see some fights with Zeldris, and it's just going to be so hype. I could not wait to see it. So it seems like from this chapter, what I got from it was definitely that Merlin's minion, you could say, was about to be attacked by Zeldris. What Merlin did was Merlin transported to Camelot, teleported to Camelot, saved her minion. However, she still managed to get the brunt of the attack. That's what I kind of got from this chapter, because in this chapter Zeldris says you were able, I don't know what he said, but it was just like, few have been able to escape my grasp, or something like that. So that was pretty hype, I'm not gonna lie, and it just shows you how terrifying Zeldris actually is. And I think we need to kind of examine Zeldris just of how, scary he actually is. We saw him in the flashback, he is the executioner. So that's his task of killing, that's his task, the executioner. However, the Demon King has lent his power to Zeldris before. So I am really terrified to see Zeldris in battle, because first of all, by himself we know he's extremely strong. I may be incorrect, but I think his power level is one of the highest in the Ten Commandments. And second of all, if he does fight these guys, if the Demon King lends his power against his Zeldris, we know it's going to be a wrap. Honestly, we know, I don't know. I do understand that the 7 Deadly Sins, they have gotten power-ups, but are they on Zeldris' level yet? That is the question. So I'm really excited to see more of Zeldris, definitely, and now I'm really intrigued to see what's going to happen to Arthur. In this chapter, Merlin's minion calls him the vessel of royal prowess, or magic prowess. So I can't remember, something along the lines of that. But either way, we know that Arthur's special. He was with that samurai guy, and I remember the samurai guy saying, if that cat's with you, then it's a good thing. Or he said something along the lines of that. Either way, we know that Arthur's special. We know that he's got the potential to be unbelievably powerful. He hasn't got Excalibur. He hasn't got Excalibur yet. I don't think so. So, there's theories that maybe Arthur's gone away, he went in hiding to look for Excalibur, or he's actually imprisoned by Zeldris. I probably think he's imprisoned by Zeldris, but I think it would be pretty awesome if he went off to, look for Excalibur with the samurai. That would be a pretty cool plot point, in my opinion. I think that would be pretty awesome. But either way, I just loved it how in this chapter Merlin was looking for Arthur, because Merlin is Arthur is like Merlin's adopted son, if you kind of think about it like that, because we found out ages ago that Merlin basically was a mother to Arthur. Merlin tutored him, looked after him from a young age. So we know that Merlin definitely has some feelings towards Arthur, motherly feelings towards Arthur. So no wonder she's going to such lengths to search for him. And I think it's going to be really interesting for what this arc actually has in store for us. I think it's going to be pretty hype, not gonna lie. So aside from that, the rest of the chapter was pretty awesome. I really did enjoy the conversation between King and Gopher. It was hilarious that Escanor, freaking Escanor, man. I think a lot of people are theorizing this, because I said it in the last chapter. I was like, why is Escanor not in massive mode? And it's basically the glasses that Merlin has given to Escanor. She's managed to do something where if he wears the glasses, even in midday, he won't turn into massive Escanor. So I think that's pretty cool. That's actually unbelievably hype, not gonna lie. That's extremely exciting. Because Merlin can just solve anything, to be honest. If there's a problem, get Merlin on it and she'll just solve it. So I find that kind of hilarious as well. Now, other than that, it was kind of funny to see this conversation between King and Gopher. And although it was presented comically, there is some truth to it. King really does hate Gopher to an extent. He really does, because of what Gopher done. The thing is, like, Gopher did terrible things in this series, and we can't just forget that, in my opinion. I do feel like part of it, he's kind of dealt with it. I do feel like he's kind of being punished to an extent for what he's done, to an extent, but I still haven't forgotten what he's done. You get what I mean? So even though like he's him, you know, finally getting back finally realizing that he has a heart and all that kind of stuff, I do think that's redeemed him a bit. But I think he's got a long way to go to like probably accept forgiveness in like King's heart, and maybe over the other 7 deadly sins as well, because he says in this chapter that I want to be a good doll, you know, and be good to everyone. So I'm intrigued. I'm really interested for Gopher's character development and his journey that he's got ahead of him. Now, other than that, this chapter was awesome. We're gonna do Boar Hat. It's pretty cool, not gonna lie. And I love how with this new design, we've got space for Diane at the top, so Diane can take naps. She's got her own level pretty much right at the top of it. That's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, this chapter, Nanatsu no Taizai, is so hyped because the end, I can't stop thinking about the end of that chapter was just phenomenal. I cannot wait, you know, to find out more about it. But one more thing, and it's raised up a lot of questions. Obviously, it's gotten us excited, and that is what Diane said. I swear, Diane cannot keep her mouth shut, not gonna lie. I feel like it would have been best if Diane didn't really tell Elaine what happened. Elaine, sorry, my bad, Elizabeth. Because basically, Diane's just like, oh, by the way, Elizabeth, I went in the past 3,000 years ago and I saw someone that looked just like you. Like, really, man? Like, I think Elizabeth, she doesn't know the full extent of her. I think she does know a bit that she's reincarnated to an extent. She doesn't know the whole scope of it. Like, she doesn't know that this whole relationship, you know, that how her and Meliodas, they've been connected for like thousands of years. I don't think Elizabeth knows the full extent of that. So I'm really intrigued what this is going to be doing to her, like mentally, emotionally, how this kind of news. Bear in mind, a seed has been sown. Like, Diane didn't basically say, look, I went in the past, I saw goddesses, you had wings, you were, you know, doing all these powers and all this kind of stuff. Like, Diane didn't say that, but a seed was sown. And Elizabeth's going to think about this. She definitely is. And I think now is the perfect time, you know, to ask Meliodas, like, look, what's going on? Why, you know, are there stories about me in the past with you and all so and so? Like, I think Elizabeth should ask that. And I think that'll be very interesting to see how that pans out. You know what? I'm more intrigued to see how Meliodas is going to respond to that, because I feel like a lot of times Meliodas kind of puts, not on a facade, but Meliodas is like 80% comical all the time. Like, he hides his feelings a lot. He really does. So I can't wait to see how Meliodas would react to that. Would he brush it off, or would he, you know, would he react to it seriously? And I think that's quite an interesting thing to actually think about, actually. But anyway, guys, that's enough from me. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What are your thoughts about, you know, Zeldris? What do you think happened, actually? Do you think Merlin transported, took out the minion, you know, like, escaped with it? Or, like, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Peace out, guys, and goodbye. If you like anything I had to say, please drop a like. That will be greatly appreciated. And subscribe for weekly reviews of the Nanatsu no Taizai. Peace. See ya.